Yo, what up, DTMB? How was your Christmas? How was your New Year? Hope you guys had a good time and got everything you wanted and enjoyed everything that came to you. I'm doing my new series here. Like I said, send me some videos. I'm going to check them out. But I'm really going to focus on a specific video here from Pdiss88. He is, I don't really want to call this a pro series, but Pdiss is definitely one of the best players in the game. Um, he hails from Texas, along with myself. And he's a pretty darn good player. Yes, he's using the foul, but you know what? Let's just not get into that. You know, Pdiss doesn't have any skill. Pdiss is he's just a noob. Now, anyways, so I wanted to focus on some of his gameplay here. He's got a really good style. I like the way he's one of those players that it's map control. You know, like I said before, but it's a different kind of function. He's constantly moving. He has an idea, an objective in his head, and he's always going to keep moving in that same direction. He's not going to deter from what his objective is. He obviously has a route that he likes to take. At the very beginning of the game, you can see him. He actually stays behind and sees if he can get a quick nade on one of those people. You can see he obviously doesn't like using the T-bolt, so he's going to jump past it. But he's going to check all of his routes. He's going to check every corner. I mean, this is a UC2 map, so it's a lot easier for him to, kind of adjust to that. Pretty good shots here. He's a little off. This guy, I don't really know why he's using the shield. It's probably a bad idea, but good old Shadow92 comes in and cleans up the kill along with Pdiss. Anyways, his style, like I was saying, it's a different take. It's kind of hard to compare it because it's not something I can compare to my style or George or any other guys that you've seen play with me. It's just one of those things that he's like a super support player. He kind of just does his own thing. He rolls in a certain area, and like I said, he controls certain parts of the map, and he's going to keep himself in good positions like those situations where his friends are maybe left out in the open, especially in Museum, which is a wide open map. But take a break from that kind of situation before I forget about it. I got a question for y'all. If maybe one of y'all can help me out. I want to make an intro for DTMB, but I am not physically or mentally I'm not gifted in the area of making intros. I mean, I'm still kind of new to this video editing stuff. I'm kind of getting used to it. I played with it a little bit over the break. But if any of you are pretty good at it or are willing to help me out or, I don't know, something, I'll find a way to make it up to you. But help a brother out, I want to put an intro up here and, start using that so it doesn't just go straight into my videos. I'm going to be a little bit more professional. But, I don't know, just hit me up, like I said, on YouTube, PSN, or my Twitter account at JustSquid, and let me know. Anyways, back to the commentary on Pdiss's gameplay. Again, deterring from what I just said, I was going back to it, but I really enjoy Museum. A lot of people don't like this map because it's kind of large and it has a lot of wide open areas. A losing team will tend to camp on the garden side, which is okay. It's not that big of a deal. It's just one of those things where I like the way it's set up, and maybe I'm used to it from UC2, but it's also one of those things that and I'm a T-bolt whore. I'll be honest. Like, once I realized that I'm decent with it, was a good kill there by Pdiss, keeping his sights in front of him. But, once I realized I was a T-bolt whore, I just needed a map that could give me an option of both ways. Same thing with Syria. I enjoy that, but I just like the way this is set up. I like the horseshoe. I call this area that Pdiss is in right now the horseshoe, and that's something we also kind of got to come together on. I mean, a lot of people have different names for the callouts and the levels, but I tend to just kind of go off, what an image or a shape automatically in my head. It's kind of one of those things like I can't tell you street names, but I can make my way around a city no problem by just using, objects in the horizon or so on and so forth. So I kind of do the same thing on Uncharted. I put myself in a position, and this guy doesn't have no idea what he's doing. Him and his twink just got killed, and Biker Boy just came across and got whacked also. But it's one of those things like, I mean, it doesn't exactly, I mean, you could call this Museum, you could call this, showroom, you could call it whatever you want. I just like to say it upper and lower horseshoe just because it's a solid shape. If you could call this courtyard out in the middle with the fountain, you got garden in the back, which was a back spawn. You got the 2 T-bolt, you got tin roof, which is the large roof, and then you have small tower, which is the other T-bolt spawn. Then you got generators in the back. You got, I guess, generator lower generator. The generators would be in the back top, kind of like the air conditioning units. I just like calling them generators instead of AC units or whatever. That could also work too. But it's one of those things like you just got to come up with what's easy to say. Small syllables or single syllables. Single syllables always work best, but if you can't, just go with abbreviations or quick stuff. Whatever is easiest. But as you can see, these guys really enjoy staying in Horseshoe or the museum. But he's playing merry-go-round or okey-doke in this kid. Salim. I don't understand why people use Salim. It's kind of it's like the opposite of what UC2 was. You had the characters in the game that didn't make any noise, preferably the DLC characters. Salim and the Capture Trooper make up so much more noise than the regular character, in the sense that Salim has the bells and the Capture Trooper sounds like he has like wood planks coming from his body whenever he moves. I use the Capture Trooper sometimes, but that just bothers me. I hate making more noise than I have to. It just bothers. I think it just it distracts me to a certain level, and I can't handle that. Kind of annoying. But Pdiss seems to be doing okay with him, and that's good with him. Whatever gets his game going. As you can see, he actually uses the shoulder. The shoulder switch, which is really important. I mean, it's an old tactic used back in the day on Grog games. I know there's other games before it that used it, but that's the one I can only think of at the moment. It was such an important thing because you can kind of, I guess, wall hack is not the exact way to say it, but corner shots, a little post up here and there, but it's the same kind of thing. Like I always make relations to Clancy games just because that's what that was my go-to back then. But he does a good job of using it. Not a lot of people use that. It's kind of a faux pas now. Not a lot of people really pay attention to it, and it's kind of a forgotten additive, if you will. It's kind of important. It can really save you in certain situations, especially if you just need that corner, and all you need is to kind of put a couple shots on a guy, and all you can see is your arm. That's a lot harder to hit than the rest of your body, obviously. But Pdiss does a great job of that. Like I said, he is. I want to find another name for the type of player he is. I can't really say he's a support player, because he doesn't, support players usually stay in certain areas and they patrol that, and they always give, basic callouts to, I'm not saying he's not giving callouts now, but they hold down a certain area. That's why I'm a support player, because I directly give callouts and I tell people what's going on and I stay in certain areas for a majority of the time. But I want to say he's he's kind of like it has like a rush mentality to it, but he doesn't just get himself in bad situations. He doesn't jump in and make poor choices. We all do every now and then because we don't see something or we're not aware to what everything is going on around us. So it makes it a little bit tough on that situations. But he does a good job of keeping himself in the proper format and proper situations. Doesn't put himself in an area that he knows he doesn't have a chance to win. He's going to okey-doke people a lot. If you don't know what okey-doking means, that usually lets somebody go past you. You don't make a lot of noise, or you just kind of play it safe, be quiet, and you jump in behind somebody and let them run their path. You find them in a good moment, you take the right shot at the right time. One thing Pdiss does not do, I see a lot of papers. God, I'm doing bad tonight. A lot of people do, is they take shots they necessarily don't need to take, because the guy's going to run a corner, you're not going to have enough time to put bullets on him, and he knows you're behind him now, and that kind of gives you away. If you really want to use the element of surprise, I do that a lot. I will chase people. Sometimes it bites me in the butt because somebody calls me out, or the guy just automatically turns around and I'm not ready for him. But it's one of those things you got to keep your eye, head on a swivel. But it's a great tactic to use. It really puts you in good situations. It allows you to, control your destiny in a sense, control what's going on around you. And you could definitely help teammates out. I can't tell you how many times that I've saved my teammates because I've okey-doked somebody and I chased them down a little bit. But, back on the, as we got one kill here. If you don't like the foul, it's okay. We got to make do. It's one of those things, I don't like to use it. It annoys me also. But it comes down to the point where, we just got to make the best of it. But this is Pdiss's gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will catch you guys here soon. Peace.